The second scorpion I've seen in the past 48 hours. Came to the conclusion of like, I don't need alcohol. I need everybody to sit back and be quiet so I can figure out what's going on.
Right now, polish 10 toes down. Yeah. Get it, shawty, don't look down. Tattoo peeking through the see-through. Yeah. Body pink color, I see you. I see you. Used to be in love, now your life fuck Cupid. Hate to be a rag, so that nigga feel stupid. Coming through the ground, trying to figure out where you been. All I need to know is that you're outside. Watching real time, waiting to survive. Easily adjusted to your new life. Since you let loose, you been too tight. No place to unknown friends. You don't need a man, got your own friends. No kid, money, these grown men. How do we come up, they sleeping? Pussy so good, gotta sleep in. Watch your back at knees and bring them in. I never get enough, never get enough. I never get enough, never get enough. So many, fall in your direction. Choices like testing. Just
Yeah, very down to earth. Like,
I thought this was a bird. I was like, ah! And I'm realizing that like nothing is a sacrifice, because I know this is like the spiritual yogi, but you know, abundance. So I'm trying to like reprogram my mind, because like sometimes I'm like, I do not want to fucking pay for that, but then I'm like, you don't want to move out of a space of lack, you know, like you don't want to keep your hands so tight that you can't get anything in return. You're made of money, so you can spend it freely. Even if you're not made of money, you tell yourself that. So
I don't have no money left, because I keep saying that.
yeah, I know. Yeah, but then it just comes to you because you're not chasing it. You're like, you have a good relationship with it.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been having the longest day of my life. If you haven't seen my previous vlog that I just uploaded, Delta basically didn't send my bag to where I was at, so I haven't had any bags. And so today they finally contact me. They tell me the bags are ready, but they're like, you need to pay us in order to deliver them to you, or you need to come to the airport. And I'm staying like an hour and a half away from the airport. So I was like, y'all need to deliver them, because I'm not the one who misplaced the bags. And they basically had this whole story on why I needed to pay. So I asked them, okay, how much do I need to pay? She's like, give me one moment. You don't even know how much I need to pay. But I was just like, let me gather myself, because that's the work that I've been doing on myself. I'm like, let's finally put it into practice. Don't cuss these people out. So when she contacted me back, she's like, you need to pay $75. And then 20 minutes later, she deletes that message. So she unsends that message and she's like, it's actually $90. And I'm like, actually, I'm not paying that. So we have some drivers where at the place that I'm staying at, we have drivers that we're in communication with. So I contacted one of the drivers. He was able to go get my bags. He brought it back to me for $50. First, he was like, it's going to be $70. I said, sir, I'm staying here for 2 months. Like, I literally can't give you all my money. I'm staying here for 2 months. He's like, okay. So he dropped it down to $50. I didn't have no cash. So I had to ask one of the girls, Kelsey, to give me some cash. And I was like, I'll Cash App you. She's not American, so she doesn't have Cash App, Venmo, which is no fault of her own. I was just like, how am I going to give her this money, because I would have to go to an ATM. So basically I was just so annoyed, and I need to find my way to an ATM. But I'm honestly just really glad that my bags are here, because you don't know frustration until you just don't have the things that you want to have. And I had to apologize to the people who I was around earlier, because I'm the type of person, when something is going wrong, I need everybody to sit down and shut up. And so many people were giving me their opinions. They're like, oh, well, Delta does this, you should do this, you should. Shut up. I need everybody to sit back and be quiet so I can figure out what's going on. And I know that's probably not the best way to handle things. I wasn't like super rude, but I was just like, hey, I need everybody to just be quiet, because I don't feel like talking. Like, stop asking me questions, just sit back. So after that, I told everybody, I was like, hey, I'm sorry for how I handled that earlier, if I was rude. And they were like, no, it's fine, you were stressed. So there's that. Right now, I'm about to go teach my first class. So I am in Costa Rica for the next 2 months as a traveling yoga instructor. So I'm about to go teach my class. So I'm just getting myself together. I'm glad that my bags came right before I taught my class. And I'm honestly glad. Girl, what? What? And this was probably stupid, but I put this bag in here, this bag of chips, and of course I had it closed. I'm really about to get annoyed because how did chips spill open in my bag? Like, how did chips bust open in my bag? And I was so excited to eat these. It's literally like a gang of hot Cheetos just bust open, and I know I had that bag sealed so tight. It's like, it looks like somebody undid it and poured them out because they're all over my bag. So it looks like I won't be eating those, but I'm gonna get my attitude together and I'm going to go teach this first class.
I touch that 5 for you. I do that 3 more times again. I testify for you. I told her like you, that bitch. I do it all and I'm around. You scared to do it. I'm not.
Y'all, why is it a scorpion in my room crawling on the wall? Oh, oh my God, it doesn't die. I'm spraying Raid all on these people's walls and shit. Oh. I'm sorry. Yeah. All right, if you ever have a scorpion in your room, make sure you have some Raid. I had to use a lot and I had to drench him in the Raid, and so it's so much Raid on my floor and I don't even have a mop. I don't even care about that. But the night guard, he came and he like picked him up from underneath the bed. But if you are traveling abroad, just always make sure you check your bed. Always make sure you're frequently looking around your room, because that's the second scorpion I've seen in the past 48 hours. So I'm honestly just about to start like spraying Raid everywhere just to make sure I'm okay. Just got done journaling and I feel really good. I had a conversation earlier at breakfast with 2 women. They're the yoga instructors here, but they're leaving in a few days. And we talked about a lot of things, but my takeaways were about sobriety and about like labels and veganism and vegetarianism. So I haven't had alcohol in 15 months. I actually quit 15 months ago. And recently, I've just been trying to think about if I want to introduce it back into my life, because I feel like I have a healthier relationship with it now. And I feel like I can go out without getting super fucked up and without like taking a whole bunch of shots. Like, I feel like now that I haven't had it in 15 months, I would be able to go out and just get a glass of wine or get a cocktail and that be it. But I've been going back and forth about it because I'm at a point where I don't really need alcohol. Like, I've gone so long without it that introducing it back into my life, I was just kind of like, for what? But then I was just like, well, maybe I would have a little bit more fun. I don't know. I was just having like all of these thoughts. But after that conversation, I kind of came to the conclusion of like, I don't need alcohol. I haven't had it in so long. To introduce it back into my life, it would kind of just be pointless, because to me, alcohol doesn't really have any benefits. So I would just be doing it just to be doing it. And I don't want to be doing something just to be doing it. So basically, I'm not going to start drinking again. But I haven't been vegan. Like, I've been vegan at different points in my life, but right now I'm only eating seafood, so I guess people would call me pescatarian. But I don't really like the labels because I do change my mind often. But I haven't had beef or pork in like 10, maybe 9 years or something. And then I haven't had chicken in the past like 4 years. I'm still not gonna have beef or pork, but I do think I'm going to start eating chicken again just because I feel like it. And that's something I was scared about, because I was like, dang, I haven't had it in so long. I don't want to mess up and like fall off track. But just being here shows me that we don't have to stay the same. We don't have to think the same. And just because you make a different decision doesn't mean that you fell off track. You just changed your mind. And it's okay to change your mind. Now, I'm not saying I'm gonna be eating loads of like Popeye's chicken, but like if there is some baked chicken or something that comes in a meal, then I'm not going to tell myself, no, you can't eat this. Like, I'm just gonna eat it, but I'm not gonna overdo it because I don't want a lot of chicken in my system. But I'm just at a point where I don't want to restrict myself anymore. So I'm glad that I was able to have those conversations, and they seemed really insightful, and I feel like I gained a lot just from talking about what I was thinking about. So yeah, no to alcohol, yes to adding chicken, and that is where I'm at right now. So my coloring was short-lived because as soon as I started, my best friend Paige called me to tell me that 2 girls who I went to school with were unalived, because I don't know if we can say that on YouTube, unalived by a drunk driver. And so I've been talking to Paige for quite some time, like an hour, 2 hours, and we just cried about it and just, you know, talked. It's not really much you could say when, you know, people pass away. So I'm definitely not having the like peaceful day that I thought I was going to be having, because I still don't even know what to say, but it just shows you that, you know, life can be fleeting. You never know when it's going to go, so you have to live literally every day like it's your last. And you know, we hear people say that, but who really follows it every single day? But when people who are 24 and 25 that, you know, you just saw last year, because I just saw both of them at homecoming, you know, when people are young and you just saw them or you just talked to them and you have memories with them, it just makes you remember that, you know, tomorrow's not promised, because we always hear about other people passing away, but like when it's somebody that you know, it's just like, wow.
Doing that again, so we're just rising slowly, chin to chest, rounding through the spine.
For the truth, I look better under you. I can't lose when I'm with you. How can us lose and miss the moment? You were just too important. Nobody do body like you do.
Oh, 1.5.
Important. Nobody do body like you do. You do. In the top tier ride with you, I feel like Scarface. Like that white bitch with the bob, I'll be your main one. Let's take this argument back up to my place. Sex remind you I'm not violent, I'm your day one. We had shit, yeah. It was magic, yeah. Smash and grab shit, yeah. Nasty habits take a hold when you're not here. Ain't a home when you're not here. The grown when you're not here, I'm saying.
Will the real Slim Shady please stand
Jen,
up?
can you come over here so you can be in the video? Who is this?
I'm Slim Shady, yes, I'm the real Shady. All you other Slim Shadys are just in that Sadie. So hope the real Slim Shady, please stand up. Please stand up. Please stand up. I know it hurt so bad, it broke your mama's heart. She's arguing a lot, so mama moved back from the traumas in a flat.
I love Costa Rica. I love living here. I'm so glad I'm going to be here for the next 2 months. 10/10, highly recommend.
Are you blaming on me? You the red one, lying? Are you threatening